me to be Stanley. Okay, I do office work because I'm Stanley. There's no one here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The fuck? What? No! No!
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference.
Are you mocking me?
Did it advance the story in any way.
Are you mocking me? This game's mocking me. The fuck? Okay. The fuck?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm gonna enter the door on the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
You
Perhaps he
motherfucker.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm getting pissed off. This game is trolling the shit out of me. I don't like it. But I want to play it.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I'm not gonna stand there now. I'm gonna disobey you, narrator.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No! No! I'm gonna take this door here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
What? Your mother... Your motherfucker. Okay, you know what? Okay. Okay.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh my... I'm getting the shit trolled out of me, aren't I? Am I getting trolled, man?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hey, I will do what you say, because I am in control.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'll go to the left this time. You do what you say, all-powerful British man.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. What? 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 This game is making fun of... Oh my god, no. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go in this broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No. I'm not gonna do this. Hey, you know what?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Fuck you. I'm not paying attention to you no more. Okay. Here we go. I'm okay. I don't have to pay attention to you and what the...
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as
What the
Stanley
fuck?
pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
What? This
For
is the same.
example,
What?
why couldn't
No.
he see his feet when he looked down?
What? No.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
No.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What? No,
Then
no,
he
no.
imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and
No.
it too appeared.
No.
It was so much fun,
No.
and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being
game is
considered
fucking
by
with me
Stanley,
so bad
who found
right
it
now.
particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered
No.
if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to
They're
take
describing
responsibility for
insanity
himself?
right now. No.
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to
I'm
Stanley.
gonna go the other way.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
No.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
This game is fucking with me so bad. No! What? No.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What? No. What the fuck? This game is fucking
This
with
is
me
the
really
story
bad.
of a woman named Mariella.
What? No!
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
No, I'm
She
not doing it.
rose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
Oh my god.
I know what is real and what isn't.
No.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
Yeah.
Then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. the very important people
Nico.
whose impressions of her would affect
Nico.
her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no
scaring
time
me.
for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
No.
And then she turned and ran.
Oh my god. What the fuck just happened? The fuck just happened, Nick? The fuck? Okay. What? No! 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 No!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
No.
decided to go to the meeting room.